Hello YouTube family, welcome back to another video. This is the second episode of Car Talks. Car Talks is when we just talk about things that we think about. When I say we, I mean me. Um, and this is a topic for today, how I believe meditation in one aspect helps people go about their lives a little bit differently in my experience. So this happened just this morning. There's two events that happened and really got me thinking, like, wow, if I didn't meditate, or if people didn't meditate, how would they respond versus react? So first thing, in a previous video of mine, I talked about the experience of not having and wanting something. How do you know you want something if you first don't have it? Or how do you know you want something and then you experience it and it's not what you thought? And I related it to when I wanted a waterfall shower, a shower that simulates like a waterfall kind of thing. All those like fancy rich houses had it on my crib or cribs or something like that. Anyway, so that was like my dream. I wanted a waterfall fountain. And then when I actually experienced taking a shower in a waterfall or a waterfall shower, it was very uncomfortable. So go ahead and view that video if you want to hear the whole story about it, but that's general idea. So you think something is a certain way and ends up not being a certain way, or you want something to be a certain way or feel a certain way and it doesn't look the way you thought, basically. So this morning, I knew it was going to be cold, but I didn't know it was going to be as cold as it was. And it was super cold and rainy. I'm from South Texas. I'm not used to the cold, hence the beanie and like a sweater. So back then when I used to work at a job, somewhere I needed to be in and clock in, I was a hostess at Olive Garden for about 6 years. And just the scenario of, I have to go to work, but this weather is around, I wish I didn't have to go to work, right? That kind of attitude, like, I don't want to go, like I just want to stay in and sleep, or like, man, I wish I worked from home, or I wish it was this. So, or I wish I worked from home was a thing of mine in my head when I had a job. Now fast forward, I work from home, right? A dream come true. But despite the weather and everything that I didn't want it, I had the choice, the option to stay in and sleep, technically. But weather, okay, so I had to do things. You have to do things. I had to do things. I had to get it done despite the weather, even though I felt like I didn't. Because working from home does not negate the fact that you need to work. It is still work. So whether it's a place that I have to physically go and clock in, or something I love to do, it's still work. It still needs to get done. So the perspective of me in the job scenario and thinking, I wish I could work from home and do whatever I want in this weather, I don't want to go. And then the perspective of me thinking now working from home, I just don't want to go because I can stay here and cuddle and all this stuff. Either way, I'm thinking, I don't want to go. But I mean, I do love what I do, so that helps. But whether you love what you do or not, you still have to do it, is what I'm saying. So I had that perspective, like, that's so weird. I was unhappy, or with the thought process of, I don't want to go and do what it is like I'm gonna do. I was unhappy being in the space I was in, and I wanted different circumstances around me. And even though there are different circumstances around me now, I still have that thought of, I don't want to. I hope you're staying with me here. That was the first instance. Second instance was I had to go get gas. And last night, I remember thinking, I'm on my way to the gym, like, I'll stop and get gas. It's no big deal. But I didn't anticipate this cold weather. So if I had gas in my car and I told myself, I'll go, maybe I was on half a tank and it's nice to be on like a full tank. I would think to myself, in the morning I'll stop and get gas before I go to the gym. The morning comes around, the weather is like it was, cold as heck and rainy. I probably would have been like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna stop and get gas. It's not necessary. I'm just gonna go do my thing. But the fact that it was close to being empty, I had no choice. Despite the weather, despite how I felt about it, I had to go put gas. I know I told myself last night I would put gas, But the difference between having to for sake of being on empty, or not having to because you have some gas in or whatever, like that would dictate, that shouldn't dictate how you go about it. If you told yourself you're going to get gas the next day, ideally you would want to get gas the next day, despite the circumstances around you, whether it was a not so cold day or now that it's cold and rainy or whatever. But it's those instances where you do it anyway despite the circumstances. But sometimes it takes people being on empty to do something about it, as opposed to having gas and being nonchalant about it. Hope that makes sense. So those are the two instances. So how this relates to meditation. The response versus reaction. We get so emotionally caught up in day-to-day things. So with the, I'll relate it to the gas and to working out, physical fitness, because I relate everything to that. When we meditate, we tend to detach ourselves from our thoughts. We are not our thoughts. We don't get so emotionally involved in them. Or that's people's experiences. There's a lot of different experiences with meditation, but that is a pretty basic reoccurring one. You detach yourselves from a reaction, and you respond instead. You go about your days. You kind of listen to what people have to say instead of automatically reacting to it. You digest it, I guess. So reacting to getting gas. It's cold, it's rainy. I don't want to get down and get gas. I'm not going to get gas because I don't feel like it. Typically, if I was not on empty, I wouldn't go because I wouldn't feel like it. Even though I told myself yesterday that I'll go get gas, it's not necessary. I'm not going to get stranded. I'm not going to do this and that. So it's being attached to the emotion of I don't feel like it. I am uncomfortable. I don't need to do it. As well as in the physical aspect. You tell yourself you're going to go to the gym tomorrow, but then you wake up and it's super cozy in your bed. And you think to yourself, I don't have to do it. It's okay. It's super comfortable in my bed. I'm not going to do it. It's difficult. It's ugly. It's uncomfortable. So I'm not going to do it. It's not important. But if someone told you, your health was on the line or something like that, maybe that would rev up your engine a little bit. So being attached in that way, instead of looking at it and saying, I'm on empty, I need to get gas. That is it. That is the objective look at it. I'm on empty, I need to get gas. The objective look at the physical aspect of it. If you made the decision that you want to, for some reason, look a certain way, feel a certain way, get your health a certain way, looking at that and knowing the plan it takes to get there, and just looking at it as you need to get it done. I got to go to the gym today, or I have to eat a certain amount of calories today. I have to do cardio today. Like, that's what I need to do. That's the action plan to keep you on track to your goals, to keep your gas tank filled. That's what you need to do. And with the emotional aspect of reacting around you, and the two scenarios I spoke about before, is having a certain, say, I wish I worked from home so I can stay home at this time. I'm getting so angry that I need to clock into work. I'm getting so angry and frustrated that it's gonna be a bad day, like these people are annoying. Getting caught in that emotion of feeling trapped, feeling like you have to do something, get angry because you have to do it, you're stuck there, when in actuality all you have to do is get money, right? You have to do the thing that brings you money. That's all it is. You chose to go to a clock in. The space is full on my actual phone, so we're gonna try to close it up here. So having those emotions of like restriction, anger, whatever it is, and now that the circumstances have changed, there's different emotional reactions towards whatever it is going on. It's not the fact that working from home fixed all my problems, because it did not. The emotional reaction is just different now. I don't feel like I have to go to work, because that's technically not the case anymore, right? But I still have to do certain things to bring in the income to whatever I committed to. And that brings emotion of annoyed, I have to do this, or I can't believe, like, why can't I just stay home? I should probably just stay home. So when meditating and seeing things as just there, they just are, things just are, and not having emotion to it, just, well, I gotta get gas, it's cold, hell yeah, but I'm gonna get gas, so why get upset about it? Or I have to go out during this weather, why get upset about it? I have to do it either way. Like, there's no negotiating that, so why get so emotionally involved in it? I believe that that's what the effect meditation has had on me to an extent. Of course, there's a lot of different other benefits for it, but in a practical sense of what just happened to me today and thinking about it, I feel like it came together very well and has allowed me to really see the progress of life and going about doing things and having a plan to do things and seeing them as just the action steps necessary to take, and they're neither good or bad or nerve-wracking or hard or anything like that. It's just doing it and learning and not being so attached to everything, emotional, physical, expectational. And that's about it for this video. Thank you for joining me for Car Talks. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.